So how do you take a break when you've been studying like a fool and you just can't take anymore? Your brain is like, it's full of law, and you just can't, you feel like you can't cram any more in there. It's like, you know, it's like stuffing waste paper into a giant garbage bag, and you just get to the point where you think, I can't get another piece in there. So what do? Like I mentioned, you take a break, you do something completely different. And so here's what I'm doing that's completely different. I am at, well, it says Indian Motorcycles, but this is Peak Powersports up in Barrie, about an hour north of Toronto. It's what Torontonians are calling a bitterly cold day. And here I am, like in a sweater, standing outside. But let's go inside and see what's going on. And we're gonna have a chat with the owner, Nathan Barrie. And Nathan's gonna give me some advice. If I were gonna ditch the Vespa, what would I do? And I think Nathan's gonna have some very, very good ideas for me. So let's head in and see what's on offer. The purpose of this event, it's a media event, which is why I'm psyched, is that Nathan's negotiated a partnership with BMW, and this is their launch party for their the BMW products that are new. And this is Katie. Katie is my photographic assistant. She's going to be helping me out when I get Nathan and submit him to a hopefully a decent interview. So what you can see here are some gorgeous BMW offerings, and you know, like all things BMW, a little bit pricey, but gorgeous bikes. And I'm not quite sure what I would want to trade the Vespa for, but I'm almost positive that I could find something exciting in this showroom. I mean, these are just bikes to lust over endlessly, and get you thinking that it's time for this winter to end, so that I can indulge in some riding if I can ever get out from under the bar exams. This is a BMW R1200 RT, and Paul Ruby was riding this when Steve and I were with Paul riding through the Pennsylvania woods. So that's a gorgeous bike, but I think you could get a Honda Civic for you know, about that price. But still, what a machine! Absolutely incredible. And there's Nathan, and Nathan's got some good advice for us, because Nathan is suggesting that as a message. Nathan, you've got a partnership going with BMW.
We do, brand new for us.
All right, and you've got you've got a lot of exciting BMW motorcycles here.
We do. We've got some sport bikes. We've got some sport touring bikes. We've got adventure bikes, straight touring bikes. So a little bit of everything.
All right, so I'm a guy that needs advice, because I enjoy touring, but I do a very unconventional thing. I tour on a Vespa.
Okay.
And I've been thinking for a couple of years now that it might be time to move on to something else.
Right.
I mentioned to you a little bit earlier that I've got a Honda Shadow that I share with a friend of mine.
Right.
And I told you it was a terrible bike.
Yeah.
So
it's not the best touring bike, that's for sure. Yeah.
So I think I'd be inclined, you know, for a nice touring bike, something less than an R1200 RT.
Okay.
Something with a seating position that's a little bit similar to a Vespa seating position, which is a fairly upright position where you can get your feet under you to relieve some of the pressure and move around a little bit.
Yep.
So what would you recommend? I mean, in terms of a model?
So if we're talking, the seating position of a Vespa would be closer to a GS type.
Right.
And we're talking touring, we're more adventure touring in the GS models. So we've got a GS310, which is a small bike, still probably larger CC than the Vespa. I don't know what the CC on your Vespa is.
All right, so maybe Katie can get a, or I can get a shot as well. So this is how many cc's?
This is a 310cc.
Yep.
But an adventure tour bike. So this, you can put bags on it. You can do a lot of on-road, but you can also do off-road. So that's becoming, especially in the BMW world, a great trend for adventure riding.
Right.
The starting point for an adventure tour bike is our 310. We go from there into 700s, 750s, 800s, 850s, and then up to the 1200.
All right, so the 310, I'm guessing, because the odd thing about a Vespa 300 is that you wouldn't think it goes that fast, but I can tour at about 120 all day long.
Yeah, and
on
you can
that.
do that on this bike.
And I could do that on that on that 300 as well.
Yeah, it might be a little better off-road than your Vespa.
Yeah, because the Vespa sucks off-road. That's the one thing
going
you can't
through creeks and over rocks might be difficult on Vespa, but
right.
A larger GS?
I personally, I was thinking maybe like you were mentioning to me earlier that a 700 is.
So we do have a 700 over here.
Ah.
So we take a walk around. So still, I mean, it's still tall because it is a GS, but it's 700 cc's. So again, you can get saddlebags, etc. on it. But I would say the 310 would be an entry level, and this would be for a more experienced, longer haul.
Right.
Because it's got the power to get you through some of that stuff that you need to get through.
Yeah, and it's just a gorgeous bike. And I mean, if you set it up with some luggage, I mean, that is a really,
absolutely,
a really nice bike. And that's kind of what direction I'd be inclined to. And, size-wise, that's not that different, oddly, from my Vespa. It's not, it's not like twice the size or anything like that.
Right, and I'll be honest, off the top of my head, I don't know the weight of it, but it's not a heavy bike, right?
I'd guess about maybe 400, 450.
I would be guessing, more. Maybe a bit.
The key is whether you feel comfortable in the saddle. So,
yeah, absolutely,
All right. Yeah. All right, so that's very good. So that's something to consider, Nathan. And I really appreciate being invited here for this.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. We're excited about having BMW Motorrad in Barrie. It's a great brand for us to have. So.
Great brand, absolutely. Yeah. So Nathan, thank you very much. We'll
thank you very much.
Get the handshake in.
All right, thank you.
All right, and thumbs up and best of luck.
Yep, safe riding.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
And tell us how long this was in the works and when this opportunity came up, and did you think it was the brand to really complement what you already have here at Peak Powersports Barrie?
So this has been in the works with BMW since just after the motorcycle show last year. Tyler reached out actually to Bruno, came into the store, I would guess March or April. Tyler and I met in May. So the better part of 8 or 9 months, BMW was, the easy fit. The premium brand really went with what we're trying to go after with our premium locations, and a great gateway to the north for us here. So BMW was really about BMW and what BMW brought to the table. Barrie happened to be a great avenue for BMW as well, but it was really about BMW itself, not about as much the location.
There you are.
And then snap, just like that, I'm back in the groove, back to the brain strain, back to studying. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe you want to go up to Peak Powersports in Barrie and drool over those BMWs. They sure are nice. See you next time on Life on Two Wheels. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like this video, and there's more to come.